How can you read books faster? How do you train yourself to read more books? How do you train yourself to read more than 50 books a year? The answers are in this video, so keep watching. Hi there, I'm Manpreet. I make book related videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. If you're new here, please make sure you subscribe, follow me on my social media and turn your notifications on to make sure you catch my next videos. In this video, I have 7 tips for you on how to read books faster. The obvious reason why anybody would like to read books faster is because you want to read more books. You really want to just develop yourself as a fast reader, and that's totally okay. What I think is not okay is the art of skimming, because I have personally read a couple of books and I have watched people who claim to read like 365 books a year or more than that, and those people are always like, you do not have to read the entire book, you can just skim through it, you can just read the points and all that. And I do not believe in that. I read non-fiction books a lot and fiction books a lot, and I feel like both the books cannot be read in full depth and cannot be read with complete understanding, a deep understanding, unless you read every single word of the book. And that is what I believe. If you believe differently, I believe you should not be watching my videos, because we are not going to get along in that way, okay? And honestly, you do not need to watch this video if you're going to skim through a book, because you are already going to get through the book really fast, so you do not need to try anymore. But if you are a person who wants a deeper understanding of books and still want to be able to read books faster, then keep watching this video. My number 1 tip on how to read books faster is read often. If you read every day, 1 hour every day, you are bound to become a faster reader. So it's as simple as that. It may be simple, but it's very hard to achieve. It's very hard to discipline yourself to read for 1 hour every day. But if you are able to do that, you do not need to follow any of the tips that I'm going to speak about further in this video. Number 2 tip I have for you is that you need to add variety in your reading. Be it books of different type of genres, books of different types of subjects, or books of different difficulty levels. If you read a variety of books, you might struggle in the beginning. If you picked up a book with a higher difficulty level than you are used to, you will struggle. If you pick up a book about a subject that is something you have never heard about, you will struggle. If you pick up a book in a genre that you have never read before, you will struggle. But the fruit of that struggle is really worth it, because that will make you a more diverse reader, and that will make you a faster reader as well. My number 3 book on how to become a faster reader is that you need to read challenging material. I'm not talking just about books. Read essays that challenge you. Read books that challenge you. Something that is not just easy for you to read. For example, I picked up this Stephen King book a couple of weeks back, and the beginning of the book was quite challenging for me. And having read that, I believe that my level of reading has improved a little bit. So like I said in the previous point, picking up books of different subjects, of different difficulty levels is crucial for you to develop yourself as a reader and become a faster reader. Now it's crucial for you to understand what's the aim of the last 3 points that I have mentioned so far. There are 2 aims. Number 1 is to build vocabulary. Most of the people who find it difficult to read very fast are the ones who have to stop to guess the meaning of the word or to check the meaning of the word from the dictionary. And how do you stop having to do that? You just build up a vocabulary that is varied enough so that you do not have to stop multiple times to check the word from the dictionary. Number 2 aim is to build enough background so that no subject is uncomfortable for you. If you have read at least 1 book, and it doesn't matter what genre, but if you have read at least 1 book about every subject that is out there, it would be much easier for you to have an understanding about the books. For example, if you have read science in your school, reading a science fiction book would be much easier for you. Obviously, if you have read a few articles about astrology, reading a book about astrology would be much easier for you. It's as simple as that. So these are the aims of following the last 3 steps. My number 4 tip on how to become a faster reader is that you need to read with higher concentration. How do you do that? There are 4 ways. Number 1, choose the right reading spot. Some people just like choose the wrong places to read at. If you're reading in a cafe that has loud music on, you won't be able to read faster. If you're reading in a place which is making you highly uncomfortable, maybe a corner of your room where you are just not feeling good, or maybe your room is entirely cluttered and you're not feeling good, you won't be able to concentrate on the text and your reading speed would be slower, obviously. Number 2 way is obviously to avoid noisy places. You won't be able to concentrate there and you won't be able to read faster. Number 3 way is to keep your energy level up while you are about to read. If you are already feeling sleepy, you would not be able to read the book faster. You will actually sleep even before you flip a few pages. And number 4 way has always helped me out in school when I had to do a lot of reading and I needed to read fast, and that was using my finger to guide me while I'm reading. And even now, if I am going through a book, if I'm editing a book, or if I need to read a book really fast, I just use my finger. Number 5 tip that has helped me out as a reader as well is to highlight and take notes. I especially do that when I read books which are giant, for example something like Game of Thrones or a Stephen King novel that is just like way big, and you might really feel lost with the characters, or you might really feel lost with what is happening. Having sticky notes on your book can really help with that. Now you can leave a little note for yourself about what's happening in the plot, and I even like to highlight the names of the characters because I kind of miss them. Like, I do not remember names that well, so I always like mix up the names of the character, and then for a few minutes I'm just thinking, wasn't this character doing that? And then I'm like, oh okay, I mixed up the names. So that happens with me quite a lot. So what has helped me is to highlight the names, and I do this only once when the character is introduced. So if I forgot about this particular character and what this character is doing in the story, then I just go back and look for that highlighted part and take a look at that passage, and everything clears out in that way. All in all, highlighting and taking notes is really important, especially when you're reading books which are complex, or fiction novels that have a complex plot, or even non-fiction when you find an idea that you really want to remember. Number 6 thing that I think can help you become a faster reader is to find the right kind of motivation. Why do you even want to become a faster reader? If you really want to be inspired enough to follow all the tips that I've shared so far, you need to find the right inspiration and right reasons for trying to become a faster reader. Are you doing it for self-improvement, or are you doing it to show off to your friends or show off on social media that you read 365 books in 365 days? I think I do not need to tell you which is the right reason out of these two that will actually help you become a faster reader. And lastly, if you want to become a faster reader, pick up things that interest you. If you are reading a book that interests you a lot, if you're really looking forward to know what happens next, you automatically start reading faster. If you are reading a boring book, trust me, I have been through it. It's a nightmare to even flip through one page of that book, okay? So you need to find something that interests you, and that brings an end to all of the 7 tips that I have for you that I think can make you a better, faster reader. So I hope this video about how to become a faster reader helped you out. If it did, make sure you hit a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to my channel right now for more reading tips and more book reviews and book recommendations, okay? And that's it for today's video. This is Manvi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.